usually vendors are fearful of the police because when the police come, it's bad news. And there's not much communication usually when the police come. They ask to see the vendor's license, and then they'll take the license and typically go back in the vehicle, the car or van, and then come back again with a ticket with no explanation that anything, of what was wrong or supposedly wrong, or a chance to fix it. Instead of, if the table was really too close to the crosswalk, it'd be a lot better, I think, if you just told the vendor, hey, can you move this table a foot? But that never happens. Instead, we teach the vendors what the rules are, for example, 10 feet away from the crosswalk. And then we give them the tools that they need. So like we have some guidebooks and stuff which show visual, and they can have that on the street, with them to show if the police come, although that often doesn't work, unfortunately. We give out tape measures because lots of the rules have to do with a certain number of feet. And we used to give out disposable cameras, but now everybody has a camera on their phone. We talk about being being respectful. We want our members to be respectful to the police, but also to stand up for themselves. And the main thing is to get evidence of what's happening, be it video or photographs, because without evidence, there's nothing for us to bring to court. We had a vendor come in with like 7 tickets from one day. I mean, even that's 2, 3 tickets, 7 tickets. That's just they're just harassing the guy. There's no explanation for that. Who knows if it was the end of the month and they had a ticket quota, or if oftentimes there is retaliation. So if the vendor, the more they stand up for their rights, the more often they're going to get more tickets. And we're not totally sure. We know that if you're a police officer who has to, and we know that they're expected to go write tickets, a certain number of tickets per month, whatever it is, a certain number of arrests, that you're looking around for some crime, you don't see any criminals, there's always a vendor on the corner. If they know that you're a street vendor, that you don't speak English, you don't know where to turn for help, that you're not going to make a complaint against them, that you're scared of them, then they continue to act the way they do. They're not going to run, they're not going to file CCRB complaints, they probably don't even know what that is. Except maybe to order a cup of coffee in the morning. I doubt if Ray Kelly's ever spoken to a vendor in his life. We do hear sometimes, like from the higher-ups, that there's comp stat and that there's pressure from up above about specific locations where there are vendors, and that the officers are instructed to go and do enforcement against the vendors. They call it enforcement, we call it harassment. Of all the crimes taking place, of all the problems in New York City, of all the people that you could be going after, and yet you're going after the person whose license is in his pocket when it should be around his neck. It just doesn't make any sense. Occasionally you'll speak to a beat cop, and they'll tell you, they don't like giving tickets to street vendors. They don't feel like these people, this is not what they signed up to do, the officers, right? They're trying to fight crime. And the vast majority of them are, I think they're pretty much all well-intentioned. They want to make the city better. They want to fight crime and lock up bad people. And yet they're being told to go give tickets to the guy selling hot dogs. A lot of them are not crazy about it, but they have to do it. They're being told to do it. There's lots of rules as well that McDonald's has to follow. Or stores have to follow. They have a lot of rules too, but they're just not enforced. In the summertime, stores of a certain size are not allowed to leave their doors opened with the air conditioning on. Well, there was something like 200 tickets written for this last year in New York City. I think they went out for a day and wrote some tickets. And yet, all summer long you can go by and see this happening all over the place. So there's rules against the stores in the same way, but that same number of tickets are written to vendors in an afternoon. One thing is we could give out more licenses so that there won't be any reason to arrest people for unlicensed vending because everybody will have a license. And that would be a pretty easy way to to save 7,000 arrests a year and all the money that's associated with that and all the collateral consequences of people being deported, people, children whose parents don't come home for the weekend because they were arrested. For the tickets, we have a campaign going now to reduce the maximum fine from $1,000 to $250, which is a lot less. Still a lot of money, but it's a big difference for a vendor, especially because they have to pay off those tickets when they renew their licenses. And we've actually got the majority of city council members who have signed on to these two bills, 434 and 435. You would still get tickets, presumably, but at least they wouldn't hurt quite as much.